Hello, my dear students. Welcome to science class. Dear students, we are learning about the lesson conservation of plants and animals. So, in the last video, we had learned that why there was a need for conservation of plants and animals. It was all because of deforestation. Deforestation was leading to desertification and drought, and that is why most of the animals uh, were gone forever from the earth, and that is why some animals we can only see those animals as if in a picture, we cannot see in a real life. So that is why government has planned so many conservation methods. In that, some we have learned that by creating protected areas in the form of biosphere reserve, in the form of national park, wildlife sanctuaries, where animals can be protected and they can be freely moved from in a natural habitat. So the natural habitat of the animal is forest. So in that natural habitat, the animal can move freely in search of their food and shelter. So today, yesterday we had learned about biosphere reserve, and we came to know that biosphere reserve was a large area and which was protecting not only the animals but also plants and also tribals. So today we are going to learn about national park. National parks are area reserved for wildlife where they can freely use the habitats and natural resources. So here also animal can freely move. That use their you can use their habitat. Habitat means place where they are living, and they can also use the natural resource. It may be a plant or herbivore animal or whatever it is. So Satpura National Park is the first reserve forest in India. So in this lesson, they are shown many things about Satpura National Park. They have showed about the flora and fauna of this forest and the endemic species of this forest. Endemic species means the species or the animals that are found only in Satpura National Park. So about Satpura National Park, short information is given in your textbook. That is where our Bujo and Paheli they went along with Professor Hamad to this national park. And national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So what are they? How are they protecting the animals? National park and wildlife sanctuaries, so both are protected areas formed or framed by the government, are protected forests. See, they are protected forest. They are found all across the world. Okay, that means all across the world the animals are facing the problem. So they are protected areas across the world. It is used to preserve certain plant animal which are in the endangered species list. So see here, there are some animals that are in endangered species list. Endangered means are those animals that are in danger. That are in danger means there are two types of wait. So here you can see that these animals are in danger. Which animals? Some of the animals I have given, these animals are in danger. What does it mean? What is the meaning of in danger? Because after some days, if you are not preserving or conserving this animal will be gone forever. All the animal, for example tiger, if you are not preserving tiger will be killed by men. Okay, so they are already been killed for their skin, nails, and also people, especially it is a people. Okay, sometimes, rarely, because of deforestation and all, they will die hungry. Otherwise it is man who is destroying this animal, and if you are not preserving that, it is gone forever from the world. Understood? So only you can see the tiger in a book or in a picture. So that is why that those animals are called endangered animals, which are in the situation of becoming extinct. What is the meaning of extinct? See here, extinct animals. So can you see these animals anywhere? No. See students, this is dinosaurs, dodo bird, mammoth. this Tasmanian tiger, these animals you cannot see now because it is already gone forever. It is already been destroyed. There is no single animal of this kind on the earth. That is called extinct animals. So they are not there. So that should not happen to the other animals. That is why we are preserving the animal. Understood? So this is what. So there are two types of animals: endangered animals and extinct animals. Now we will go to the point. See, that is, it is used to preserve certain plant and animal which are in endangered species list. So not only animals but also plants are in endangered species list. Species means, what is the meaning of species? So variety, species means variety. So because in a lion only there are so many varieties. Okay, for example, in Asia, in elephant only there are two varieties. What is Asian elephant and one is African elephant. So that is species. Under elephant there are two species, varieties. Next, cutting trees and hunting animals is not allowed or prohibited in these areas. So in this area, in this protected area, hunting of animals and cutting of trees are prohibited, is not allowed. So there are, see, these are the wildlife sanctuaries and national park in India. See here, the place is given and the species, endangered species also is given. And there are so many famous wildlife sanctuary and national park. See, Bandipur National Park, Gir National Park. See, Bandipur National Park is there in Karnataka. Periyar National Park is there in Kerala. Gir National Park is there in Gujarat. So like that, so many famous national parks are there. And what are they preserving? Periyar in Kerala is preserving the endangered species that is called Asian elephant. Bandipur in Karnataka, it is tiger. That doesn't mean that there are no other animals. All the other animals are there, all the other plants are there, but here they are mainly concentrating on these animals because they are in endangered species. See, Kaziranga in Assam is preserving or conserving Indian rhinoceros. So go through this. And see, here in the textbook also they have given about, it is an activity given for you to find out in the district what is there. Is there any national park or any wildlife sanctuary is there, means you can write, or any biosphere reserve is there, you can write. In the state, how many wildlife sanctuary is there, national park is there, you can write. In the country, how many national park, in the wildlife sanctuary, any names you can write. Next, in the textbook they have told about migration. So in the textbook they have mentioned about Satpura National Park, and also they have mentioned about some flora and fauna of this national park. That is, flora means plants, fauna means animals. In the textbook, that is in page number 80, they have mentioned about, they have given the pictures of those animals which are found there. Next is migration. What is migration? I already told that the movement of animals in large number from one place to another place to overcome unfavorable conditions like weather, search of food, shelter is called migration. So many animals will migrate from one place to another place. So some will migrate in groups. Okay, so most of the animals will migrate in groups. Why? Because to avoid danger. Because if they are in group, or their predator, that is their enemy, that is the predator will fear them, because if they are in group to attack. So and also if they are in group, they feel that they are protected. And why these animals will move from one place to another place? In search of food, okay, in search of water also, and also to avoid harsh climatic condition. And we have already learned in the last lesson that sorry, it is for 7th. Okay, so in the last year you have learned in 7th standard that there are so many animals living in polar regions, tropical regions and all. So in polar regions, to avoid the cold climate, animals will migrate to the hot regions. So like that, to avoid harsh climate, in search of food, the animals will migrate from one place to another place. So Project Tiger. Project Tiger was launched on 1st April 1973 by the Government of India. So it was a project launched by the Government of India on 1st of April 1973. Why it was launched? Because to protect the Bengal tiger and also to protect its natural habitat. So the project aims at ensuring a viable population of Bengal tiger in the natural habitats and also to protect them from extinction. Extinction means to avoid them to become extinct. Okay, so if you are not preserving this tiger also may become extinct one or other day. Next is Red Data Book. So this is the book that provides, Red Data Book is the book that provides a central information source in organizing studies and monitoring programs on rare and endangered species and their habitat. So it is regularly consulted when developing and implementing special measures for the protection and rehabilitation of such a species. So what is there in this Red Data Book is, the Red Data Book is the book which contains a list of endangered animals and their habitats. Okay, so what are the endangered animals? I already told. The animals which are there in danger. So those animals' name and their habitat is mentioned in this book. So why they are mentioned in this book? To study and also to take special measures, to implement some urgent measures to protect these animals. And the book is called Red Data Book. So this is the book. So in the world, whatever how many animals are in danger, those animal names are there in this Red Data Book. So these are the endangered animals. I already told you, endangered animals are those animals whose number are diminishing, which are becoming less and might face extinction. So example, that is tiger is one of the many animals which are slowly diminishing. To protect the animals in our country, the government launched the Tiger Project to ensure the survival of tiger population. So understood? This is our endangered animals we have to protect. So Red Data Books are the books which keep the record of all endangered plants and animals, both plants and animals. Okay? These are extinct animals, I already told. And next they have told about ecosystem. So what is ecosystem? We all studied in your junior classes also what is ecosystem. An ecosystem consists of all plants, animals and microorganisms living in an area along with the non-living components like climate, water, soil, river, deltas, etc. So ecosystem means the combination of both living and non-living thing. So living thing is living in a non-living environment. So living thing is dependent on non-living things also. How they are dependent on non-living things? Because it is depending on weather, climate, understood, soil, water. Okay, so both together live in a ecosystem. Migration already I told, and this is the migration now not only tells about animals but also about birds. Migration is the movement of animals from its own habitat to some other habitat for a particular period every year due to climatic change or for breeding. And also for breeding. Breeding means what? To give birth to young ones. Okay. So sometimes they don't breed in a same place. They will, to escape from the harsh climate, they will move to the other place and they will breed there. Birds which fly very long distance to another land are called migratory birds also. Next they are telling about recycling of paper. After 17th full grown, about 17 full grown trees are required to produce 1 ton of paper. Paper can be recycled about 5 to 7 times for use. We should save, reuse and recycle paper to save not only trees but also to save the energy, water and chemicals used to make paper. So recycling of paper means, first of all, we have to use the paper wisely. Okay, so because you have money, you cannot buy more and more book and waste more and more paper. So that is the meaning of this, that even though you are having money, you have to think that how much trees are cut for this paper industry, and also how much of chemicals are used, water and energy is used in the preparation of paper. So nowadays people say that even preparing of paper mills, preparing of paper also involves the agriculture, means they are cultivating the specific type of plants for trees for paper. So it is also cultivation, they say. Even though it may be a cultivation year after year, but also it also, this paper mill will cause more of water pollution. That is very important. They take more of water and they use more of chemicals, and they pollute the water. Understood? So that is why we have to use less water, less amount of paper, and also used paper can be recycled. Okay, so that their production can be minimized. So that is what they are telling. And next is reforestation. So everything has happened because of deforestation, isn't it? Because of cutting of trees. So after, at the last, they are telling that it is better to reforest. Reforestation means planting of trees. Reforestation is the restocking of destroyed forest by planting new trees. So we should plant at least as many trees as we cut. We have already caused a lot of damage to our forest. If we have to regain our green wealth, reforestation is the only option. So that is what they are telling in the last point, that it is about reforestation. Because deforestation has caused so much of effect, now we have to opt for reforestation, so that we will grow so many plants and we create a forest so that our wildlife, animals, birds will live in it. And not only that, don't think that we are doing something great thing. No, even we are dependent on forest, because it is the green lung. It is providing us oxygen. No other things will provide us oxygen, only forest plants will provide us oxygen. Understand that? So it is again for us, for our use or for our benefit, again we have to build the forest. So this is all about the lesson. So thank you.